Well, hey there everybody, Jayborino here. This is Starcraft 1 Retribution, a Starcraft 1 expansion pack. Taledon, Reclaim the Lost City, 8th mission of the Protoss campaign. So we're trying to recover the Argus Stone, which is apparently inside of this ancient city of Taledon, which, I guess the Argus Stone was some super powerful Xel'Naga artifact, and that's why we're after it. What's new?
It is now evident that the Argus Stone lies within the ruins of Taledon. Terran forces are now converging upon the ruins for purposes unknown. It is possible that they are also attempting to recover the stone. I have amassed a strike force on the perimeter of the Terran base. We must reach the Terran forces and destroy the ancient temple. Once my flagship is over the ruins, I will be able to secure the Argus Stone. Beware. The Terrans have an elite cadre of troops concentrated around the temple. Adum be with you, Executor.
Destroy the Protoss temple that houses the Argus Stone. Bring Kisrath to the ruins once the temple is destroyed. Hey! This might be our opportunity to do something a little goofy. I've been waiting for this. Let's get mining, bump up that game speed. Lock my screen region so that my mouse does not fly off the screen, and make some probes. That's pretty much the standard beginning. We've got Kisrath again. We got a few scouts. Can we see the temple? We can see the temple. We have some mineral patches here. So what I'm talking about in terms of like kind of cheesing this a little bit is make a bunch of scouts, make a couple observers, and then just fly along the edge of the map and go straight for the temple. And if all we need to do is destroy the temple and not destroy all the Terrans, I would look forward to that. Because I kind of wanted to do something a little different. Even the normal conventional ground force attacks has started to get a little bland for me. So let's do what we've normally been doing, right? I'm going to get a second cyber core. And let's just focus on getting some more probes. We can take, it looks like there's a nice fatty base over here. Is there a ground route to this base is the question. Unless there's like a river between it, we'd have to go up and around or some stupid shit like that. Or there can just be no ramp. Let's just double check back here. So we're gonna have to make a shuttle. Alternatively, if we can do this all on one base, I would probably make 3 to 4 groups of scouts, level them up entirely, like get plasma shields, and just basically 3-3-3 scouts. I think that would be ideal. I think that would be really fun to do. It's not something we do that frequently. It'd be really interesting, and we would just make a run for it. You know, we'd have to make a save and things like that. But frankly, I think it would be just fine to do that. It'd be a little goofy, something a little different. And let's just focus on getting our gas saturated. We might want to oversaturate this gas just a little bit just to make sure that we're mining from it as frequently as possible. I'm going to get our basic upgrade, Zealot legs. Do we have a Citadel? They like to start us with everything except a Citadel, I've noticed. Throw this down, and we're going to need a fleet beacon. Oh my word, there's restrictions on all these places where we can build. So let's throw down some of these buildings, get a pylon here, and we're going to want to probably get a pylon back here in case they want to attack us over here too. We'll just throw down a bunch of cannons with our extra money. Scouts quite expensive though, keep in mind. Got to get that fleet beacon pretty early as well. Cyber core is going to be finishing up here pretty soon. Alright, get mining, and we're going to want to be saving a lot of our gas for upgrades and scouts, and I really don't want to be spending any money on anything else. Alternatively, I could make... Yeah, this is just totally walled off here. Alternatively, I could make the choice to come over here and drop and take this base. That might totally be worth it. Once we get enough scouts, we can probably fly over and just do that. But for now, let's just keep getting probes and just mine the crap out of this. Oh, they gave us a shuttle right away, actually. It might be worth taking some units over there and taking that base. It may definitely be worth it. All right, let's grab these. Let's get our Zealot legs. Our mineral income isn't as good as I would prefer it. All right, get on in there, Dragoons. All right, heal up the shields. Cool. So yeah, let's do it. You just flying over here. We're going to drop them as close to the edge as possible. And Archon should be able to deal with this stuff pretty much by itself. Here, and here, and here. Okay, let's see if we can make this happen. Get on in there. Yeah, I was going to say, the tank is sieged, which is quite frustrating. Okay, we've made it unsiege. Okay, so grab this, and then we'll pick up a Oh, dear. Okay, get in there, Kisrath. All right, now Kisrath, run away. Well, we're getting some pretty easy kills here. We're going to need observers, as usual, I'd say. All right, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, so I think that second base is going to be semi-necessary. Can we get a fleet beacon right away? Yeah, let's do that. And the sooner we can get a bunch of scouts anyway, the sooner that we can more easily kind of finish this up. Just because we can use the scouts to defend ourselves until we're ready to just make a run for the temple. It'd be funny, though, if we get to the temple. If you remember Mission 1, we just had to get to the temple. And then it was like, oh, wait, there's a Terran base. We have to destroy it. So it's very possible that that's going to happen to us, and I wouldn't be fucking surprised. But hey, we'll save beforehand. We'll give it a, we'll give it a shot. It could be pretty fun to do. We're gonna get a couple extra dragoons and zealots, just to defend ourselves in the meantime. And then where's my shuttle? Drop those guys off. Come on over here. We want to get. Well, we'll get those upgrades later. We just need to bring some probes over to that other base. The sooner that I can take this, the better. Save up those 400 minerals and take this. I'm not going to use my minerals on anything else right now until we're ready. But it seems like the enemy attacks are pretty ferocious. Probably want to get 1 or 2 shield batteries. It kind of seems like the semi-gimmick of this map is, well, not destroy everything finally, but then also, hey, you can't build in most places, so there's that. All right, they're coming down and around. Oh, that's my observer. I'm like, what is moving out in that direction? Why don't you guys come out here and just get rid of this group? Get me some shield batteries. Okay, we've got my probes. So go ahead and throw down a Nexus. We're going to need the gas for sure. Let's get a pylon here just to make a couple cannons around just in case. But for now, we should be in real good shape. Oh god, lots and lots of ghosts. So when it said elite troops, I assume they mean there's ghosts everywhere. Oh my god, there are ghosts everywhere. We have no way to easily get rid of lockdown. So we're going to make just a lot of scouts with the anticipation that most of them will get locked down. Meanwhile, we're going to get a bunch of zealots at home to help us defend. And I'd like to start our 222, which is more expensive for air. So, oh, we haven't even started 111 actually. Let's do 11. And again, I'm kind of focusing on gas right now because we're going to need that once we start pumping out scouts like crazy. All right, shuttle, why don't you come on back? And in the meanwhile, oh my word. They like doing that, don't they? They really like doing that. Run away. And it's going to be close on whether we can kill this thing or not, I think. Okay, my 4th Dragoon has become unlocked down. So now we can move back to base, and this is why we're also making scouts, so we can kill those things very, very, very fast. Let's go ahead and start +2 plasma shields. And is this done yet? It is. Get on gas. Start making probes like crazy. We're going to make more probes, or queue up more probes than is absolutely necessary, that's for sure. And lots of pylons. Those ghosts are going to be quite annoying, but again, if we make enough scouts, they can only lock down so many before they can really, really stop us. And that's why we're going to make a lot of scouts. Like, a lot of scouts. This was, when I was younger, this was kind of my preferred, this is my preferred strategy to kill Aldaris in that Brood War mission. I found that mission to be hugely, hugely challenging, so I stopped bothering to do it with a conventional force, and I just made like 1 billion scouts. It was really fun and really stupid to do, and I enjoyed it a lot. I really need to secure this base, at least with a couple cannons. I don't know. It seems like they like sending some battle cruisers in. If they send 2 battle cruisers, we can assume 2 of them will Yamato and destroy 2 cannons. So we need at least 2 to 3 more cannons to defend, at least until we can get our scouts over here to help. So we just need some cannons just in case. In the meantime, though, let's just keep making more probes over here. Not as many minerals in our starting base location. That's why our income is much slower than in the last few missions, it seems like. But for now, we should be okay. I'm probably going to want to get a few more extra zealots because they cannot get locked down because they're biological. I hate ghosts. I find ghosts to be very, very annoying. We're probably going to want to bring some observers with us as we make our run for the finish, make sure that we get their upgrades as well, so that we can see the ghosts and kill them so that they don't continuously lock us down and then kill us. And we'll bring Kisrath with us. He's got a, nice amount of shields as well. He'll survive for the run for the finish. let's go ahead and grab that observatory now before I forget, and so that I'm not scrambling to get it later. Alternatively, I could make 2 to 3 arbiters, fly them along the edge, and then just recall in a big ground force on top of it too. I'm gonna go with the scouts. It feels more cheesy to do that, and I like doing shit like that. It's just so silly to do, so I'm gonna go with the mass scouts. Alternatively, again, though, the arbiter thing would work just as well, though arguably more expensive, so that's why we're probably not gonna go exclusively with that. I could do both. We can see how much money we have in the long term and just go with both. Let's get the faster scout movement. That's gonna be pretty much a necessity. Even if you don't kind of cheese it, you could make carriers and scouts and just actually fight your way to the temple, as opposed to just making a run for it and running past anything you find. In fact, if we make enough scouts, we might do that anyway. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not locked down onto, exactly what I'm going to do here yet. Okay, air upgrades, though, are quite expensive, even more so than ground upgrades. Very, very pricey, so why don't you get on... Do we have enough on gas? Let's throw an extra one on gas. That's oversaturating it, but it's fine. It should be fine. Okay.
We are under attack.
Okay, more attacks coming in. Get on in there. They're coming in with siege tanks now. I think just lots and lots of Dragoons and Zealots for defense is just fine. Reavers are a bit of a liability just because they can get locked down very easily and, very frustrating to deal with. Let's get that +3 shields, and really now we just need more money, so that's why I'm still queuing up probes like crazy over here. And just in case, I'm getting some more cannons, because losing this base would be semi-catastrophic at this point. And I really, really, really don't want... I really don't want to lose this base. That'd be really, really bad. Okay, they're attacking from over there as well. Probably throw down a few more errant cannons, or we can just throw cannons kind of all in this area. There's just not enough space to build. Again, kind of a consistent theme. With a lot of StarCraft 1, your buildings require more space. It feels like in StarCraft 2 that the tiles are smaller. Like the small tiles that make up, like the grid, I should say. The tiles within the grid take up less space. So they don't path block your units as much, I've found. So it's, I don't know, it's a little better, in my opinion. Okay, so we're just about there where we want to just start pumping out the scouts. Probably want to get more Stargates as well, if I can fit them. Throw one down here, I guess. 3 Stargates, non-stop scout production. Let's get increased scout range. I will go ahead and get an Arbiter Tribunal. We need a Templar Archives for that. All right, that's fine. I think the reason behind that is just because Arbiters are very, very good tech, but also lore-wise it makes sense because Judicators generally fly Arbiters, and so it makes sense that you need a Templar Archive because that's kind of a higher tiered building in terms of like lore and tech. Templar Archives might be where if you were working with the Judicator, that's where they'd be hanging out. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just making this up. Scouts. Let's start this up. Probably want even more Stargates actually, but I don't have the space to build them. Interestingly enough, we could get another one up here probably. So now we have 4 Stargates. That'll be good. Scout and Scout. Scouts are so expensive. They are horribly, horribly expensive. Let's rally to Kisrath. So to Kisrath and to Kisrath. And to Kisrath. And eventually to Kisrath. And we're going to move Kisrath probably over here so that we can more easily select the scouts and we can group them up. And we're looking real good with our air upgrades. We're going to have +3 shields here very, very soon. And then we'll be 2-2 in the air. Now our mineral income is really good. We could even stand to get a few more scouts here. Let's go ahead and queue up our +3, and the sooner we can do this, the better. Again, we're not even really going to bother killing many of the Terrans. We're pulling a Tassadar here. We're going to try to keep them alive because, I don't know, am I a good person? Not really, but maybe in the context of this game I am. All right, so come on over here. And, I mean, we've been killing the Terrans without abandon. Again, I'm not sure where in the timeline this takes place. It seems like it takes place concurrently with StarCraft 1, which means... Well, I'm not sure what that means. I think what it means is that the Protoss aren't afraid to kill the Terran. We're not allied with them in any way, so who cares about the Terran? I'm pretty sure. Making a little pylon farm over here, because this is where we have a lot of space. So, we're not allied with Jim Raynor or anything like that. The Dominion hasn't wronged us in any way, so, like... Conventionally, killing the Terran doesn't make, it's fine, but, in terms of lore, there's a semi-plot hole here in the sense that, the Protoss should have no qualms with just outright killing the Terran with like an orbital strike, like they were doing, like they did to Chowsara. But that, you know, that was mostly because they were Zerg, right? So. Okay, so let's just make sure we're properly rallied to Kisrath. It looked like one of my Stargates was not rallied. So let's move down to Kisrath here. And once we get probably 3 to 4 groups of scouts, we'll be in really, really good shape. Nuclear launch. Where's my observer? Where is this? Oh, there he is. Kill him. Okay, no problem. No problem. Well, semi-problem. Let's go ahead and get some more cannons out here just so that we can see these assholes when they're doing that. I would like to get another gateway as well, just so I can continue making more. Well, let's make Dragoons, actually. We're going to need more gas for the scouts, but we need Dragoons in case they come at us. No, we don't need Dragoons. We have a ton of scouts. Once we leave with the scouts, we'll be vulnerable to something like battle cruisers, but right now, it's not really a big deal. Scouts so expensive for what you get, though. I will always say the same thing. Scouts are just horribly expensive for what you're getting. All right, Kisrath. Looks like we have a full group here. So, Kisrath, you're going to be... This is Group 1 with Kisrath. So now we already have a group of scouts. This can respond to any anti-air threats or stuff like this. We move up with the scouts, move up with everything else. Where's my observatory? We need to upgrade our observer sight range. Okay, and we have to bring observers along with us too, specifically for things like this. If there's a bunch of cloaked wraiths, if there's a lot of ghosts. So it's not a big deal. We lost 1 scout. Go ahead and heal up some shields. Again, if you just do it on the ground, it'll grab whatever you want that needs healed up. Scout. Teleport successful. All right, so we're just about at +3. And I had an extra scout. All right, so this is Scout Group 1. This will be Scout Group 2 eventually. Just about have what we need. And I'm just kind of spreading out my units and forces. We can get some cannons up here as well. Just sort of spreading out my forces, making some extra cannons just in case, because, you know, these enemies' attacks are coming from all different directions. You know, if I would have just done this conventionally, I probably could have been attacking by now, but I figured let's do something a little more fun. It's very expensive to get 333 air, but now we have it. Sure. All right, so we're gonna get at least 2 more observers, and we're gonna group them up with. We're gonna group them up with another part of one of my scout groups, or we can add one to each scout group rather. Okay, looking good. They're still following around Kisrath. This is Group 2. 1 more group of scouts. Not 1 more group, but rather. 1 more round of scouts will round us out to 2 groups. I probably want to do 3 groups total. I'm going to say with 2 groups and then just go for it because I don't want to waste my time too much. But if it fails miserably, this will at least give us an idea on what we need. And even if it fails and we need to go in and attack conventionally, having 2 groups of scouts is nothing to laugh at. So that should be just fine. So we'll have our Group 4 be our observers that are absolutely crucial to come with us. So you guys are Group 4. We're going to send you guys all the way over here just in anticipation of going. We can kind of start scouting up along the line where we need to go. Scouts. So they're 125, which means it's 500 for 4, which means it's 1,500 for a group of 12. It's a lot. Okay. Fly away, Kisrath. And scout. So this is Group 2. Group 2 of scouts. And I suppose let's try it. I don't feel comfortable with this many. I feel like I'm going to need more.
We are under attack.
Okay, get on in there. Zealots and Zealots. Again, the Zealots are going to help just smash through infantry and tanks very, very fast. Just those big groups of wraiths that are a little scary, but honestly, it's not... I mean, cannons can kind of take care of that stuff themselves. Okay, so let's check out what is up here. Scouts and scouts. Move on over. Scouts and scouts. And scouts. And scouts. Let's queue up actually 2 groups of them. That'll be 8 scouts. That'll be a 3rd group, and meanwhile we can start kind of attacking up on this edge. So how much damage do scouts do? 11 damage against ground. That's like miserable. So I kind of want to avoid the ghosts because they're going to lock us down. Alternatively, this is our opportunity to kind of just clear up this area, this safe area. They're going to lock us down, and we'll just wait for them to. We'll just wait for them to leave us alone. Okay, so let's move up with the observers. Okay, so back up, back up, back up, back up. We're gonna lose that scout there. Okay, just let that scout die. Everybody move back. So many ghosts, so many science vessels. This is about what I anticipated. Okay, let's make one more round of scouts. That'll round us out to 3. Okay, so we got rid of those ghosts, so now we're just going to wait for lockdown. We lost 4 scouts just in that small engagement. Oh my word. So the question is, will they vigorously rebuild these ghosts? Because now that we're getting rid of them, maybe they won't rebuild them, and we won't have to worry as much about them. So we've drawn out a good amount of them, and now we can just sort of proceed. And their science vessel. Let's see if we can chase this thing down. More ghosts. I could fly home and use shield batteries as well. In fact, what I'm going to do here is throw down some shield batteries wherever they'll fit so that we can fly back and use them as we're getting EMP'd. Because when we make the run for the final thing, things might get a little dicey. But what we've successfully done, though, is we've thinned out the herd of science vessels and ghosts, which I feel like would be very, very, very important. So. Okay, and let's do more and more scouts. And these guys will slowly get their shields back like normal anyway, so it's just fine. Let's go ahead and reassign our scouts to group 2. Here and here and here. Oh, you know what? I always forget this. Your hotkeys, this is the more annoying thing about lockdown. Your hotkeys get reset. So if something is in a hotkey group, it's just no longer in a hotkey group. Once it's locked down. So if you say it gets locked down, and I hit 1, and something that was locked down was in group 1, it's just removed from that group forever. If I don't hit 1, and then it's no longer locked down, then it stays in that group. It's very, very annoying and frustrating. Okay, so observers follow Kisrath, and let's go here and here and here, and let's save mission 8, and we're going for it. Doing something a little different here. So let's just make a blaze for the finish. I just saved, so we should be fine. Did we get We just got EMP'd too, I think. All right, well, yeah, getting EMP'd was bound to happen. Okay, my observers are slowly floating their way up. Okay, got him. This has worked just fine. I probably could have done this with only 2 groups. Where is Kisrath? Let's make sure that Kisrath stays alive. Just destroy the temple. The temple is destroyed. Kisrath is on the beacon. And we are locked down. So severely locked down. Hey, that was it! Hey, it worked! I'm so glad I didn't have to kill all the Terran. As you can see, we got locked down all to shit. I should have sent my observers first because they're very, very slow. It worked out. It all worked out. But I think that was just the right amount of scouts given the amount of lockdown we had. You saw they were responding with so many Marines. It's fun to be able to do stuff like that every so often. I don't like cheesing everything because it feels like cheating. That was a completely legitimate strategy, though. I mean, I could have warped in with Arbiters, too. Totally legitimate. Anyway, that was neat. That was pretty neat. This has been JayborinoPlays. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.